remember the first day I laid my eyes on you. I just lost my mind. You just drove me crazy, crazy. From this day in your words, I keep my heart on you. And I'm letting you imprison me inside a heart of yours. I need you in my life. Just a pill like say.
My goodness, thank you so very much, guys. My gosh, it's another Saturday, this time falling on a well-deserved long weekend. This one, a special one in particular for us as the leaders of tomorrow, as we commemorate the 41st anniversary of the fearless, determined youth of 1976 who played a momentous role in shaping our history. We salute the likes of Yotsietsi Mashininis, the Hastings and Ndlovus, Hector Petersons, and every last student who was in Soweto on that fateful day. Thank you for kicking it with me for the next hour. I am, of course, Refiel Wemula, and you're tuned into Trendz. We started off the show with a group called Jazz Appella. They're taking part at the Amped Festival, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. But starting off the show today, Johannesburg, Stain City, north of Johannesburg, hosted the 4th annual La Cup Lifestyle Fair. Now, it's always been in Cape Town until now, and Josie has set a new benchmark to those who embrace the finer things in life. And of course, our Trendz team was there.
The glitzy and glamorous La Cap Lifestyle Fair, born out of the appreciation of the finer things in life, delivers this annual lifestyle event with a curated selection of gourmet foods, fine wines, luxuriously inspired couture, and show jumping. Guests landed in style with La Cap helicopters. Hosted by the Queen of Media, Bonang Mateba, opened the day with an equestrian showcase. Throughout the day, guests were treated to live music, display of luxury cars, lawn games, and a fashion show.
It is a fantastic event. Mind you, this is the first time it's happening in Johannesburg. It always happens in Cape Town. So to have it here, to experience it with everybody, I think it really is fantastic. The pool of people, the quality of fashion and food and drinks is really up there. It's very indicative of Stain City and the brand La Cup, what they stand for. So I'm really honored to be part of it.
And it's been quite incredible. Actually, it's my first time being to an event like this, and I was really fortunate and really humbled by the fact that I was chosen as one of the people to participate. It means I'm doing something right. But one thing I love about it, besides the fashion and the food and the sophistication and the classiness, is the fact that you actually get to network with people outside of your industry.
Oh, it's been amazing. I love the atmosphere. The vibe is nice. There's just like a nice energy, and especially in winter, it's hardly to find events where the sun is out and people are mingling, and it was a beautiful day.
Fashion being the order of the day, guests did not disappoint.
I'm dressed by Kateria and George, and it's just inspiration is just being a lady, la femme, and just embracing my body and being comfortable in it.
Ooh, Dressed by Blue Chic. I love the look I'm wearing. It's like a 90s, 50s vintage blush pink dress, and blush pink is so in right now. So I'm loving the tassels. I'm always about fun outfits, so I love the tassels.
I'm wearing Khacha Hankutia. I thought, well, I am the host, so as a host you need to be a little bit, you know, there isn't a word for it, Mar. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. So Khacha Hankutia made this dress for me about 6.5 months ago, and I had it in my closet. And this morning getting ready, there was something else that was planned for me. I put it on and it didn't really kind of go with what I was trying to feel like. Found this and I put it on, and you know, Khat always knows how to make me feel good, and I'm glad I went with it. I feel very, very fabulous.
From helicopters to gourmet artisan food, fashion and fine wine, the fair was an exquisite lifestyle day.
Incredible event that has a great mix and balance of celebrated South African fashion designers, celebrated chefs, celebrated show jumpers, a venue that is world class, entertainment that is spectacular, drinks that are so cold, so bubbly, so good. But I have a feeling it's going to happen again and again. You know, this is only year one. I see this becoming so huge that you know, everybody gets to come party with us.
The National Film and Video Foundation, or the NFVF, is very committed to researching the film industry's performance and their effect. They recently released findings of their second economic impact assessment study this week, revealing the industry's economic contribution to the country's GDP. Our producer Nadia Adams-Parton attended the press briefing.
The Nelson Mandela Foundation in Houghton played host to a morning of insight for film industry players and media, with the presentation highlighting aspects of the film study. Each year, the industry gains more momentum and is fast being noticed internationally, with dozens of quality films produced each year. Conducted by Urban Econ in the 2016-2017 financial year, the study identifies and quantifies the economic impact of the film and television industry between January 2013 and March 2017.
The key purpose of commissioning this economic impact study of the South African film industry is really to measure the impact of the South African film industry. We know that lots of films are being made, and we know that the South African film is always looking for money, but we needed to find out what is the contributing factor of the industry. And the study did show us, in fact, that the South African film industry in this financial year alone contributed over 5 billion rand.
Increase.
Results from the 4-year study reveals that the film industry in South Africa had a 5.4 billion rand contribution to the GDP, compared to the 3.5 billion in 2013. The study further reveals film productions are seen to be Gauteng, Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal based, with little to no income generating activity in the Northern Cape, Free State, Northwest and Mpumalanga.
What do you intend to achieve with this workshop of yours?
Common funders are public institutions such as the Department of Trade and Industry, the NFVF, as well as the Industrial Development Corporation. But the study also identified a rise in funding from the private sector. 32.4% of funding, mainly equity financing, as well as commissioning and pre-sales. As much as film is an art, it is also a business. And a key finding in this study is the realization of this, as well as a severe need for business skills for emerging black filmmakers.
The first solution as the NFVF that we see is to contribute towards the skills development for the sector to learn the business skills. We need more entrepreneurial thinking flowing into the sector. We've got amazing filmmakers who are creative, who are passionate, who are dedicated, but we need to develop those skills that are going to be able to support the business of film, whether we're talking legal skills, whether we're talking finance skills, whether we're talking marketing skills, because those are the skills that provide a very clear support for the industry and therefore enable it to be sustainable and to be viable.
Educate yourselves, to discipline yourselves. I think it's time we did something.
The South African film industry is among the oldest in the world and has taken leaps to secure its place in the global market. To see the full report, please visit the National Film and Video Foundation website.
Now, after a successful pilot last year, Amplify Africa is back once again with the aim of uplifting the South African youth through edutainment. Now, the skills development program is set to change the way the youth see entertainment. It's designed for students wishing to become artists as well as those interested in the business side of the entertainment industry. And the program provides high school students with an in-depth understanding of all of it. I'm now joined in studio by founder of the program, Anthony Morgan, as well as one of the ambassadors, Bonolo Chilwani. Welcome to studio, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Fantastic. So, Anthony, tell us about this. Pilot program was last year.
Yes.
And this year, it's on.
Yes, we're in 200 schools all across Gauteng, from Vosleris to Social Nguve to the Val. And we've had 20,000 kids come out and enter the competition part of it. But the competition is just one element. Our main element is workshop and development. Right. So we just finished a workshop where we had 1,500 kids. We bus and feed them, bring them to Mahalisburg overnight, and give them training on the industry, both the creative side and the business side.
Okay, all right. So, Bonolo, then tell us how you got to be a part of this. You're one of the ambassadors. You're about a couple of years out of high school, so you were there literally when they started.
Yes, I was there literally when they started, when the whole thing, basically when they shot their first promo video, I was there. So I'm what we call an ambassador, and basically my aim is to show them that, is to be an example, because I'm only 2 years out of high school, and I'm there to tell them and show them that it is very possible to achieve your dreams in the arts industry, regardless of what age you are at.
Yeah, and where you're from.
Yeah.
Anthony, I mean, when it comes to the entertainment industry and media per se, you know, many young people, they all just see the glam, the lights, and they really all just want to be in this. If you talk about maths and sciences and those other things, you know, so how do you then select, and do you let them know that all of you can do it, or is there, you know, someone who says, listen, it might just not be suited to you?
Well, actually, that's why the program was put together.
Yeah.
Because of my history in the industry, over 30 years, managing some big people in the industry like Brian McKnight, Toya DeLazy, and others. A lot of people come to me for management, and I found myself pushing them away from the industry because I know how difficult this industry is.
Yeah, they must dislike you a lot.
Yeah. Well, instead of doing that, I put the program together. Let's teach them and develop them and let them know that there's a business to this industry. Yeah. So basically what we did is we put this together, and it's really, I started off by, this isn't for everybody. Only a few of you are going to make it.
All right.
Out of 20,000 kids, we end up with 10 and then 3.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, you know, this industry, because they are in their living room and their parents tell them, oh, you sound really good.
Exactly.
They aspire to be in this industry and think it's, you know, attainable.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to show them that if it is obtainable, give them the development. And if it's not, go focus somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely true. What are you most passionate about, Bonolo, in the arts and entertainment industry?
Okay, I'm most passionate about dancing. Well, first of all, the kids come first, definitely. It's all about them and developing them. But the dance aspect of the entertainment industry is where my passion lies. Okay.
And some of your role models, and are some of these people, you know, part and parcel of the workshops, Anthony? You know, people who've danced forever, like your Greg, you know, and people who are very, very well known in the industry as dancers. Are they part of the program?
Look,
giving talks?
Our ambassadors, which Bonolo's a part of them, are people who working in the industry, have danced for Casper Nilves or choreographed different Ati and other different artists. Okay. And we hire them. So we've given over 60 ambassadors, people in the industry, jobs. We pay them and to come and teach the kids. So these are people that are already in the industry, both for vocals, dance, and for presenting.
Right, awesome. And when it comes to the business side of it, Bonolo, what have you learned? What are you seeing? Because it's one thing, you know, being a talent, but there has to be somebody, or you also have to be very knowledgeable in terms of what's going on, because South Africa, and I think any place in the industry, in the world, you know, when it comes to the entertainment industry, people get cheated, people get contracts that are not above board, you know, so what are you learning that you are grateful for through this program?
That's a very good question. for me, what I've learned a lot is the fact that when you go into the entertainment industry, talent is not enough. You have to have at least some sort of knowledge when it comes to the business side of it, so that you can survive, you can feed yourself, and you can continue feeding yourself, so that it doesn't end at a certain point. With AMP, especially at the workshops, what they teach the kids, they teach them about PR, they teach them about the management side of things. They cover the whole thing, like Mr. Anthony Morgan always says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And that's a very deep thing. It's very cheesy, but it's
say it
real.
again, say it again.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
I like that. Yeah. Mr. Anthony Morgan. That's a good one. Okay, Anthony, and I mean, what would you say, though, to some people who say some artists right now, even in our space, it's basically the machinery of their marketing and their backing team that have put them on a platform where they are, because truth be told, they're not necessarily the most talented, but they have people surrounding them who are giving them that push.
Well, it takes a team, and that's why one element, there's a creative side to this, to AMPed, and then there's the business side. We have 3 kids from all 200 schools that are not interested in being on the creative side. They're on the business side, and we teach them, like you said, entertainment law, branding. We have experts come out and speak to them about PR and different things.
Fantastic.
And branding is one element that they have to do in their competition.
Yeah.
And at the end of the competition, those creatives come together with those managers, and the managers have to go and pitch and create a branding idea to those creatives. And at the end of them, they have to put out a full marketing plan.
Fantastic. Yeah. Cost, where do people get information? Give us everything.
Amplify Africa, fortunately and unfortunately, is funded totally by Amplify Africa right now. It's no cost to the schools. It's no cost to the kids. If you're in high school, go and like Amped Africa. Ask us to be a part of your high school. We'll come to your high school next year.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Thank you so very much. Anthony Morgan, founder of Amped Africa, as well as Bonolo Chilwane. You are one of the AMP ambassadors. Fantastic having you guys here. An absolutely fantastic program, Anthony.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so very much. We are going to an ad break. Do join me after this.
After a horrific accident, major questions were asked.
So step 1, I asked myself, do I really want to die? And my answer to that was, I'm not sure. And then step 2 was, do I want my parents to bury me? And the answer to that was no.
Learning kept his brain in full action on how the brain works.
When I was in hospital, right, as I was saying, to catch up with my peers, I started to become obsessed with memory techniques and how the brain works and how we retain information.
Touching lives is his continuous mission.
I now work for a non-profit where we deal with access issues regarding kids with disabilities and persons with disability. We're busy working on beach access.
Being wheelchair-bound did not stop fun in his life.
I party in a wheelchair, I laugh in a wheelchair, I smile in a wheelchair.
For all your uplifting stories, catch Bupilong every Friday.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trends. So we have seen that, like fashion, cosmetic trends come and go, right? So endorsed by all the starlets in Tinseltown and the Kardashians, take a look at this new facial trend, which focuses on improving appearance through the treatment of scars, skin laxity, wrinkles, as well as skin discoloration. Last week, Trends was invited to attend a celebrity aesthetic trends breakfast held at the Saxon Hotel, hosted by Dr. Reddy, who is a cosmetics specialist. Take a look.
Skincare routines as well as treatments change all the time. Over the past 5 years, there has been a new preferred choice for removing skin imperfections known as aesthetic. This trend has grown tremendously, with reality star Kim Kardashian setting the trend in 2013. But what is aesthetic treatment?
aesthetic trends are usually predicted at the beginning of the year, and as doctors we look at what's happened before and we would then look at what the demand is going to be in the future. And for me, I think the biggest thing that's going to happen in 2017 and beyond are medical facials, where people want results but they really don't want needles stuck into their face. So they want to be pampered, but at the end of the session they want to see an improvement in their skin quality.
This medical facial procedure is non-surgical, meaning you don't have to go under the knife.
The facials are procedures that you would have done throughout the year. So whenever you feel your skin is looking a bit tired, you want to go and have a facial done. And also, especially after a red carpet event, whether it's a wedding or a big party, you want your skin to look fabulous.
If you want to do the aesthetic treatment, you are spoiled for choice. There are 3 types of treatments that you can choose from depending on the look you want to go for.
With regards to what we call the LOL facial, it was the Lift Oxygen Lights facial. We used a device from the Venus systems to actually heat up the skin, and it uses radio frequency. We get the skin to about 43 degrees, it stimulates collagen and produces the nice lifting of the skin. That was followed by the oxygen facial, and the facial of choice is the facial that's favored by the stars. So Madonna swears by it, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston, and that's the Intraceuticals oxygen facial. The other procedure we did today was a vampire facial. So we extracted blood, we spun it down in a centrifuge, we removed the plasma which contains platelets. So it's called a platelet-rich plasma solution. We painted that onto the skin. Now platelets have almost like a stem cell function. They have this regenerative capacity, and we then used a little device called the dermapen to actually puncture holes into the skin, and then thereby allowing the plasma to penetrate deeper.
This facial treatment was painless and seamless. After a few minutes, the procedure was over. The model was given a soothing and cooling mask, leaving her with a glowing, fresh face.
We repeat the procedure, say, every 3 months. And these type of procedures, like I said, are ideal if you are having an event, or if you are someone who really likes taking care of their skins and you want to invest in your skin. So you have the money, but where do you invest it? So this is proper scientific procedures that you can have done that's going to make a nice difference to your skin.
For those who can't afford the facial, don't you worry, because there are other options of maintaining that fresh look.
Interesting. Kind of looks a bit painful though. Anyway, it's the first of its kind and it's now open to the public. The Donald J. Trump Presidential Twitter Library has opened its doors for 3 days in New York, courtesy of comedian Trevor Noah and The Daily Show. So it covers the indisputable Twitter prowess of America's commander in tweet in a retrospective that features a fully interactive and hands-on experience, providing patrons with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to memorialize the US president's prolific Twitter history.
It's artfully located just around the corner from Trump Tower in Manhattan, in a comedic tribute to a favorite pastime of America's sitting head of state.
We've noticed that there is a concerted effort by many people within the administration and from without who wish to silence the president's tweets. And say what you want about Donald Trump, he may not be good at presidenting or leading or geopolitics, but he is a damn fine Twitterer, probably the best that ever lived. And so we thought at The Daily Show we would take a moment to honor the President of the United States and really the king of Twitter with this library.
In early Friday morning tweets, the president attacked the Russian investigation. In another, the so-called fake news media, calling the investigations a witch hunt and casting aspersions on those leading the investigations. And now, a library to honor such abundance, and a gold toilet to boot.
Some people would see this as an insult, but it is not. We thought to ourselves, where do we send most of our tweets from? The president, who is a man of the people, probably shares in that experience.
The space is divided into sections, tweets that reflect the president against himself, his inauguration, tweets about foreign lands, including this gem about South Africa, and the now infamous Covfefe tweet that has never been fully explained.
In many ways, Twitter has come to define this presidency. Is there a real desire, especially from comedians like yourself, for him to stop tweeting?
You know, look, I think whether he tweets or not, the world is changing. I think that, I mean, me personally, I don't know. I mean, it's funny at times, but yeah, there's a lot more real meaningful stuff that's actually happening. So we try to focus on that more.
I think it's something that he's very connected to. It's how he chooses to communicate. It feels like he can bypass the fake news and get right to the people. I think we all were questioning how much he would continue to tweet and what the import of those tweets are. But I think if he's not going to hold press conferences, this is how we get to hear where he is on issues. So I think they are, whether we like it or not, they are very important. This is a mind into the world of the world's most powerful man.
From lying Ted to crooked Hillary, it's all in 140 characters or less. Sherwin Brycepe's SABC News, New York.
Now, it's known as one of the biggest horse racing events on the South African social calendar and probably one of the oldest. Over the years, the Vodacom Durban July has attracted over hundreds of thousands of people and offers a cash prize of 4.25 million for the winning horse. Now, the horse racing aside, it's hosted by the city of eThekwini. Now, the annual event is fast approaching, as always, taking place on the first Saturday of July at the Greyville Racecourse. I'm now joined in studio to talk about what will be going down in Durban, a man who is known for music, for being a pioneer, for being very fashionable as well. And this year, their marquee, oh my gosh, it's going down. DJ Tira, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, no, that's Afro. Tell us about this thing, man. My gosh, it looks great.
Yeah.
So tell us what people can expect who don't know as yet.
Well, man, I mean, we're coming back for the 7th year. We started doing the Afrotainment Marquee 2011.
Right.
And we've just been keep on growing ever since. We don't have a big space like you've seen. There's a new trend now of creating big space. We don't have a big space. I think we cater for about 500 people.
Okay.
But
500,
those people...
You say it as if it's like 20 people.
No, it's because those 500 people, we treat them like it's 20 people because we need to make sure that we take care of
it's
each
an
and
Afrotainment
experience.
I like that. I like
we've got our VIPs that buy tables for 41,000.
Yeah, that's a table of 10, right?
That's a table of 10,
cool.
yeah. And we've got our cocktail tickets, which go for $2,000, and they're also available at CompuTicket.
They're available at CompuTicket already. I'm sure fast selling out. I know there's other marquees, but everybody knows you are going to bring the entertainment, the style factor. This year's theme, it's colorful.
Colorful.
Oh my gosh! I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What are your thoughts and what are you planning?
Well, I'm planning obviously to shut down the
I know
July.
you and your missus are going to walk in there and you're going to be trending everywhere.
Look out for it, but obviously, I mean, the entertainment at Afrotainment Marquee. I mean, we've got Casper Nyovest. It's just dropped a brand new album. We've got Babes Wedumo. She's still trending. She's going to LA, so she'll be fresh from LA.
Oh, nice.
And I've got my Afrotainment team: Nak Music, DJ Sindo, Big Nas, the whole gang is there. And you know what? Because the Afrotainment Marquee also takes care of the older market. So we thought let's rope in Amon Mukwena and DJ Man Ismail from Metro FM,
who plays smooth mellow jazz.
So they will take care of the business like in the afternoon, and followed by my brand new band called the Nameless Band, who they will be launching their
the
album.
Nameless Band. That's my blur. That's
Cuckoo and Sky.
That's right. They're doing pretty well as well. Awesome. Jeez, you're busy. Are you going to be on the decks?
Well, definitely I'll be on the decks. I mean, also there's a new song that is currently just picking up called the Matata. And I've got another brand new song called the Umalume. So that dance side is taken care of. So we've got everything for everyone. Ballads, house, kwaito,
everything will be offered.
Everything will be on the table.
What's your highlight? I mean, of all the Durban Julys you've attended, what do you most look forward to? Other than, of course, it's your friends, it's your industry people there, it's your stable mates, people that you've also, brought into the industry. But what do you really enjoy? Or for you, is it almost like you've put on an event?
I think I enjoy seeing people dressed up. We always go to clubs and people are always all in black or, just casual. So it's nice to see people dressed up and partying and getting down. And, when you're dressed up, you look good. And when you look, you feel good,
yes.
you know. So it's always an amazing time spending time with people at Afrotainment Marquee. And I mean, you get to take pictures, beautiful pictures. You know, they get to hang out with every Afrotainment member, just one-on-one, you know, taking pictures, nice. Having a conversation. So yeah.
Okay, and I mean, you are also dabbling in fashion. I don't know if you still are, or that was a once-off, but please do it again. You know, I was just saying to you now before we came on air to say, will there be a bit of a, you know, it would be nice actually if people had a bit of a showcase of the stuff that you do, because the theme being it's colorful at, you know, the Durban July, it's very, very interesting as well that you had a very interesting and colorful line for men's clothing at, was it last year's fashion week?
Yeah, it was last year. I think that was amazing, eh? Gushi Chick, she happens to be my wife, Gugu Kati. She's the one who's responsible for putting together the fashion. Yeah, she's
Please give her props because I'm sure she styles you, because you guys always look so amazing
she's
together.
Always styling me, yes. So she's putting together the fashion at Afrotainment Marquee. Okay. So I think we've got about 2 designers from Durban and about 3 designers from Johannesburg, so that we've got a bit of both. And we putting together something spectacular. So people that will be at the Afrotainment Marquee, by the time they leave, they'll know exactly what are the new trends are.
What a wow. And then in terms of the, okay, so the tickets you've said, and they're at CompuTicket.
The 2,000 rands are at CompuTicket, but if you want to book tables, you can contact Tara. The email is tara at travel-pa.co.za.
Okay, geez. Tara, what else? I mean, you said Babes is leaving for LA soon. What's you doing over there?
Babes is leaving for LA. She's been nominated for the BET International Award. So, you know, it's her, also Nasty C coming from Durban. They both nominated. So we're so excited for them.
You know this thing that you coined the whole fact Durban rocks many, many years ago.
Yes.
People don't understand this thing.
2007.
I'm not from Durban. I'm not from Durban, but I understand it. I feel it.
2007, and we've been saying.
Yeah, you've been saying. Absolutely amazing that you keep on, you know, doing as much as you do for the music industry, and not even just a single genre. You know, when it was you and Socks, and you've grown so much to incorporate other people as well. Who are the youngsters now that you look at and you're like, you know what, this one day might give me a run for my money?
You know, I launch new artists every day, and we produce new producers every day. I've got guys that I'm working with right now. There's a guy called Prince Bulo. He's a very talented producer. He plays guitar as well, so he's helping me produce. So I'm hoping that within the next 2 years, he's going to be one of the biggest producers that you find at Afrotainment.
Okay.
And of course, you know, the guys like Big Nas are still doing well. Mampinja also has got his own record label. You know, that shows just growth. You know, a product from Afrotainment opening his own label. You know, running his own artist.
You know what I'd like you to tell Mampinja? Please tell him from me. Thank you that his style has evolved when he's on the red carpet. He's doing very well, Shem.
No, for sure.
So we've gone from just t-shirts and jeans to like he's dressing up. That's absolutely lovely to see, you know. But thank you so very much, Tira. Yeah, people can get tickets for the Durban July, for your, in particular, the
and don't forget Fake Durban Rocks, because after the Durban July, straight after the Durban July, we go straight to Moses Mabhida for the biggest after party of Durban July. It's called Fake Durban Rocks. Last year we did 15,000 people, and this year we've just added 2,000 more, so we're going for 18,000 people. It's sold out situation, and tickets are selling fast.
They're selling fast, I'm sure.
Out and get them.
Fake Durban Rocks. You said it. Hashtag, you have coined this thing. It is a thing. You know, thank you so very much for coming through to Trendz. It's been a pleasure, and keep on doing everything that you're doing. You know, reach beyond the stars.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tira. Now, we are giving away 6 tickets to the Fact Rocks Durban. What is it?
Fact Durban Rocks.
Come on now. The after party, which will be held at Moses Mabhida Stadium, as you've just heard Tira say. Now, if you want to win, all you have to do is answer the simple question. Name 2 artists who will be performing at the event. Just 2. So simple. Send your answer to our Twitter page. It's at Trendz on SABC. And remember, you have to be able to get yourself to the venue to qualify for the tickets. Hashtag Fact Durban Rocks. Now, we are going to an ad break. Please do come back after this.
from the moment you start your day. Good morning, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. We are there for you.
You want a guarantee from the leadership that we should not be leaders who will steal? I'm prepared to give that guarantee that we should not steal from our people.
We bring your morning into perspective.
This is the reason they keep putting fees up. They're not getting enough money.
We'll make sure that you get the full story.
The police officers from specifically Moffat View Police Station, they support these brothels. What have you found upon your investigations on this matter?
I cannot deny those allegations.
And you can count on the weather team with expertise.
Join us live at 6 a.m. daily.
If we can join our hands together against the ills of our society, we can build a better nation. One youth, one South Africa.
Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. So we were out in Hyde Park for the launch of the hashtag We Are More campaign earlier this week, where 3 of South African songstresses, Lira, Nhlanhla and Bonewa, were announced to be a part of the Lux brand. And of course, it being Youth Month, we asked them what's their take on the state of youth in 2017 of South African youth. And this is what they had to say.
Got so much to say to the youth, today's youth. But I think what stands out is I want to say to them that it is time that you rise up. It is time that you stand up. You know, we know that you've always wanting something from the government, always wanting something from the corporate. But also you have to stand up yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to start working yourself so that when an opportunity arises, you are ready. And not to only rely on government, rely on, you can actually start. You know, I've listened to so many inspiring stories where young people have started businesses at the age of 21, you know, with 5,000 in their pocket, and now they're running successful businesses. Those are the stories that we want to hear, but you can only get that and achieve that if you believe in yourself and you start working instead of waiting for handouts.
Having traveled around the world and engaged with different people from different parts of the world, I'm often asked what it's like being South African right now after we've become a democratic country, which we are, of course. And I think this then brings me to my message. We have so many opportunities, actually. Yes, we have lots of challenges, but in the same breath, we have a lot of opportunities. Young people just need to stand up and grab them. We need to work hard and stop making excuses and start lamenting all the things that are wrong and look at what we can do. You know, when an environment is challenging, it gives you an opportunity to start innovatively, to become a solution. So that's really my drive. The newest and most innovative businesses that will come out of our generations are the ones where we answer the question, how can we make Africa better? So if you're a young person who's surrounded by things you don't like, see how you can become a solution. Your solution could be the next $1 billion business. So we really have a lot of opportunity in our hands, but we just need to unleash it through our thinking and our change in our thinking.
Please don't rush it. It'll happen. Be okay with who you are. Your chance to do things and achieve things will come.
Thank you, lovely ladies. Now, in celebration of Youth Day, Constitution Hill will have a number of fun events lined up to commemorate this special day, week and month actually. And it's the 5th installment of the Basha Uhuru Festival, which will have art exhibitions, film screenings, a heritage cycling tour and a music festival, all spaced out over 5 days. Now, this creative and exciting festival is commemorating the youth of 1976, as I said, in their fight for freedom and equality and the coming of age of our Constitution, which is celebrating its 21st anniversary. I'm now in studio by Heritage and Education Manager Ruben Pasha from Conhill, as well as artist Lazima Tebula, to tell us more about Basha Uhuru. Nice one, guys. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Ruben, let's start with you. And for people who don't know about this festival, tell us a little bit more.
Okay, so what's amazing about this festival is the location of the festival itself.
Yeah, very symbolic.
I mean, 41 years ago, the youth of 76 wouldn't have believed you if you told them where you're going to be incarcerated is going to be a location and a venue for the big musical concert.
Right now, it's a creative hub.
Exactly.
Every week there's something happening, and always very symbolic. It's not just every event that goes to Cornhill, but that is very true, what you've just said.
The beautiful story about Cornhill, it was a gruesome prison, which has transformed today to be the home of the Constitution. And it's a memorial site, museum that educates on the Constitution. So this year at the beginning we started with a campaign called We the People, and then it's extracted from the words of the preamble of the Constitution, and it calls to ordinary South Africans to engage the Constitution
and own it. The sad part is how many of us, I'll put myself in there, don't actually know what the Constitution says. Lazi, tell us, you are an artist, part of the festival. Tell us a little bit about your work and how you got to be a part of this amazing festival.
I'm an illustrator, so it's more like digital and also like traditional methods of doing art. And
self-taught, or have you gone to school for it?
I'd say I went to school for advertising, and then I picked up graphic design. I hit a glass ceiling, and then I was like, let me just do digital illustration instead. So I just like worked in advertising, left the 9 to 5, now doing my own thing. So.
And that's the Uhuru we're talking about. Yes. You know what I mean? Perfect example.
So 5 years ago, that's where it all started. Like me being the creative director for the event. Doing like illustrations for them and the flyers and the posters. And it being like 5 years in, it's just like we had to kind of like take it to this level. Where the freedom of expressions, for me, it means that we are expressing ourselves with the freedom that we have, which was granted by the ones that came before us, and there's music that's also like an expression of freedom. There's like art, all of it, all of it that's taking part. So it's an opportunity for everybody to be a part of something that's big, So I mean, it's an opportunity. Like at the end of the day, and being here doing this, for me, it wouldn't have happened if we didn't, like those that came before me didn't go through what they went through.
None of us would be sitting here if the youth of 76 hadn't had that role that they played in shaping our history today. Ruben, this festival, I mean, I like the play on, the name and even the words, but the different 5 days that are happening, the program for those days. One in particular, I like that. What is it? Basha. Yes. Oh gosh, there's a little bit of a tongue twister. But so it's all, dialogue and things that are really burning inside of young people. So tell us about that, who the speakers will be, and what people can expect on that.
Okay, so the festival is on it's a 5-day long festival starting on the 21st of June, ending on the 25th. So we start with the dialogue, the Day of Conservation of Freedom, and it's called Bacha, like you said. It will be a creative dialogue. We'll have 12 inspirational speakers, and the whole aim of this dialogues is to get the specialists that have made it in the creative sector to speak to the young and upcoming ones, so that they can up their game and upskill.
But not only the ones who have made it. I think it's very important also to see young people going through the same struggles that you are. No one really has made it. So it's great for young people to be inspired as well and have conversations and find inspiration from people who are going through the very same as them. Film screenings. I know there's obviously a wide range of films, but ones that are very important and significant for 1976 and all that we're commemorating. The likes of Kalushi, the likes of Uprise. We have, what else?
So we have Beyond the River, we have Hangman. And then before we conclude on this, Lazi will be one of the speakers on the conversation day. Someone like Lufuno, Sateche. And these are young people who are still experiencing the same challenges other young people are experiencing. With the film screenings, it's four films, and then you've mentioned the other 3, and then you also have what comes to mind is Uprise, because it's very relevant to 76. And then I think the story of Solomon Mahlangu Kalushi is one that is also very important.
Couldn't agree more. Exactly. Wow, it's a mixed bag. Online, where do people go for tickets, information, all of that?
So the people can visit our Facebook on Constitution, you search for Constitution Hill.
And all the event details
our website, and then there's also a Basha Uhuru.co.za website. Fantastic. But the biggest day is a music music concerts
of
where
course,
you have
all the cool kids will be there. We have unfortunately run out of time. Thank you so very much, guys. Thank you for coming with your boot and all. Sorry, these things happen. But Lozi, thank you so very much as well to you. And look forward to that talk. Right now we have in studio a lady who is back with a bang. You want to know who this is? I'll be talking with her after the ad break. Have a seat, guys. Have a seat. Have a seat.
I'm sorry for breaking your heart. I'm sorry for everything that I've done. I'm sorry for pushing you away. I'm sorry for breaking your heart. I'm sorry for each and every pain I've caused. I'm sorry for even shaming my name. I'm sorry for pushing you away. I'm sorry for breaking your heart. I never meant to break your heart. I never meant to push you away. Oh, I'm sorry. I never meant to break your heart, even though I knew what it would do to you. I'm sorry for breaking your heart. Oh, forgive me.
Today on Rights and Recourse, we will unpack the new traditional court model.
The idea of the bill is not to overregulate, to basically set the principles.
The most important aspect of this bill is that it understands that customary law by its nature is consensual, that I have a right to affiliate, I have a right therefore to opt in, and I have a right to opt out.
The opt-out provision is basically one that you've got to respect the court in the sense of, if you've been summoned, you've got to tell the clerk of the court at least that you're not willing to attend.
The challenge that I would like to throw to the Department of Justice, it has to come up with mechanisms of ensuring that people who exercise their right to opt out or to opt in are not in any way victimized.
Hashtag Rights with Dumila Matez on legal issues every Sunday at 2 o'clock Central African Time.
Welcome back. You're watching Trendz. My gosh, we have goosebumps, all of us here in studio. You just heard her before the break. She is shining bright like the star she always knew she was. That was Matema Moremi with her brand new offering. She is, of course, the 2015 Season 11 Idols runner-up. This, folks, after entering in Seasons 9 and 10. Talk about dogged determination, my gosh. But more than that, I think it's just that sense of believing in yourself and your talent despite the obstacles. Millions who voted for her week after week will be elated to see her now back, and she is running her own show. Matema, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. So when I say you're running, thank you so very much. When I say you're running your own show, Tell people what you've been up to, girl. Tell them that you are owning your own music.
Goodness. So immediately after the competition ended, I had to sit down with my team and we had to drop a plan because the thing is with the competition, it takes you from definitely absolutely nowhere and puts you very far where most people would take them 20 years to get there. And then it leaves you there. So you need to drop a plan as to how can I, be relevant, stay relevant.
What's next?
What's next for me? So we dropped a plan and we said, okay, let's record a show. Let's record an album. Let's do acting. Let's see what we can get out of what God has given you and use
as
it
an
out
entertainer,
there.
360.
As an entertainer throughout.
Fantastic. And then you have your own record company.
I do, which is
congratulations.
I'm so blessed about it. Thank you so much. So I had the pleasure, or rather I was fortunate enough to get advice from big names, that said, you know what, if you want to do it, you have to do it alone. And for you to learn, you have to get a few punches. And
very necessary punches in this industry.
Exactly. So I got the punches and I said to myself, you know what, I think I want to do it alone. I think I want to own my own talent. I want to own my stuff. I want to do things. I don't want to ask for permission or get, I just wanted to do things by myself. And I took the first step and
channel your career in the direction that you wanted to be. Fantastic. I think everybody still remembers that day that you remember as well. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for us to go back there because, the tension was palpable as we watched and
you
they
don't
were
get used to it.
to announce. And I was like, geez, are you breathing? Are you even there? Are you, present on that stage? But this is so you released a single though at that time, obviously. And then this one, tell us what it's called. And I understand you wrote this yourself.
Yes, I did. Jeez. So the song that I just did now is a single that I'm going to be dropping later. Okay. The first song I'm going to release is a song I'm going to sing after later, just now. So I'm going to release a song called Ke Lerato. Looking at the whole, femicide, everything that's happening around the country. I thought, you know what, maybe if we just spread love more than anything. You never know what might happen. You never know who you might lose. I think let love lead more than anything. And I wrote the song in my home language. I thought it would be a bit easier for me to connect with it. And so
and
it's
you are that girl from Limpopo, from where again? Your hometown?
Hey,
this girl has made it. But what do people say though? When you go back home, is it like just surreal when you walk through the same streets that you used to go to? Maybe in the corner was some auntie's shop or your school or your friends. Other people who see and you're like, oh my gosh, you still see yourself as the same person. You always knew you had the talent, but the story has changed right now. You are different. You've had experiences that have grown you and you've matured. I mean, in a year and a half, I can even see the maturity as you sit here now. So what does it feel like though? And is it scary sometimes when people are all, the fan club?
First of all, they're very proud. I mean, they were with me throughout the whole competition. They supported me, and they still do now. Because when I go home to do some shows, they come out in their numbers and they say, yes, we're here for you, we're going to support you. So they're very, very supportive, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you. You know what? We want to show you some appreciation by listening to you. You're about to perform, what's the track?
The single, Ke Lerato.
Ke Lerato.
Yes, it's going to drop on the 7th of July.
7th of July.
People can pre-order it right now.
Okay, and your Twitter handle?
Matema Muremi everywhere.
Okay,
Twitter,
fantastic.
Instagram,
Thank you so very much for coming through to Trendz. We're going to hear from Matema just now as we wrap up the show. Thank you so very much for watching week after week. We do this and we're celebrating, the amazing voices and starlets of, our country and entertainment industry. Matema is here. She's all about, letting love lead. And that's the thing, right, with entertainment and even showbiz. People express themselves in all sorts of different ways. And that is what we're about to say. You know what? We are here. We are grateful for what the youth of 76, for example, did for us. And, the blessings and everything that history has taught us till now is what we need to do, basically, to take it now going further. My name is Refill Wemwilwa. I'm so glad that you join me every week. Let's do this again. Matema is ready. She's about to sing Ke Lerato. Take it away, Matema.
Silo, Cavalli, Lirata Limonati, spread love.